A small child sits quietly in a room. Bright walls, toys scattered across the floor. Nothing threatening, nothing unusual. In the corner of the room stands a large inflatable doll, painted smile, wide eyes. It looks harmless. The child waits, then an adult enters the room. At first the adult ignores the child. No words, no instructions. And then, without warning, the adult walks over to the doll and starts attacking it. Punching it, kicking it, hitting it with a hammer, throwing it across the room. The adult shouts phrases like "pow," "kick him down," "sock him," and other phrases. The child watches, quietly, intently. No reward is offered, no punishment is given, no explanation is made. The adult leaves. Now the child is alone again. And this is where things get uncomfortable. Because when researchers later bring the child back into the room with the same doll, the child does the exact same thing. Punching, kicking, shouting the same or similar phrases, reenacting the violence with eerie accuracy. Not because they were told to, but because they saw it. This is the Bobo Doll Experiment, and it tells us something deeply unsettling about human nature. In the early 1960s, psychologist Albert Bandura wanted to ask a simple but dangerous question. Do humans learn behaviour by observing others? At the time, psychology largely believed learning only happened through direct rewards and direct punishment. Bandura suspected something else. He believed we were watching machines. So he designed an experiment. Children were split into two groups. One group watched adults behave aggressively toward the Bobo doll. Another group watched adults behave calmly and kindly. And then a control group which had no behaviour at all. Later, every child was placed in a room with the doll. The results were undeniable. Children who observed aggression showed significantly more violence, copied exact actions, copied exact language, even invented new aggressive behaviours. No incentive, no threat, no instruction, just imitation. Bandura called this observational learning, and more powerfully, modelling. And here's the uncomfortable truth. We don't become who we are because of what we're told. We become who we are because of what we see. Children didn't reason and say violence is effective. They didn't calculate outcomes. They absorbed behaviour like a sponge, and here's the part people love to ignore. This doesn't stop in childhood. Adults do it too. We copy the tone of our leaders, the aggression of our heroes, the cynicism of our peers, the apathy of society. We model relationships, conflict, masculinity, power, success, morality, and most of us are walking around reenacting scripts we never consciously chose. The Bobo experiment is not about the doll, it's about us. Think about it. Why does violence spread so easily? Why does disrespect feel contagious? Why does outrage multiply online? Why do broken families often repeat themselves? Why do toxic workplaces breed more toxicity? Because behaviour is contagious. Humans don't just listen, they mirror. We are constantly asking subconsciously, what is acceptable here? How do people behave in this environment? What gets attention? What gets power? And then we adjust. This is why angry leaders create angry societies. Chaotic homes create chaotic children. Unethical success creates more unethical success. People don't rise to ideals, they fall to examples. Here's the dangerous implication. If behaviour is learned through observation, then every action you take is teaching someone something. Even when you think no one is watching, especially when you think no one is watching. Parents teach children how to argue. Managers teach employees how to treat people. Influencers teach millions what normal looks like. Society teaches boys and girls what power means. The tragedy is that most people are unconscious models. They don't realise they're teaching. They're just acting out their own conditioning. Now here's the hopeful part. If behaviour is learned, then behaviour can be relearned. Good behaviour can be learned. You don't change the world with slogans, you don't change people with lectures, you change the world through example, by acting properly. Calm instead of chaos, integrity instead of shortcuts, strength instead of cruelty, discipline instead of indulgence, respect instead of dominance. Not loudly, but consistently. The most powerful form of leadership is being watched. So imagine children watching adults handle anger with control, leaders modelling humility instead of ego, men showing strength without violence, women showing confidence without bitterness, communities rewarding responsibility instead of outrage. You don't need permission to become a better model. You just need awareness. And the Bobo Doll Experiment leaves us with one haunting question. If someone copied your behaviour perfectly, would the world be better or worse? Because someone is watching. They always are. And whether you like it or not, you're teaching. So the question isn't, do people learn by watching? The real question is, what are you teaching the world to become?